Guys, welcome to another episode of the Real Football Talk. Today I have Cameron and Musa Bais back again for another episode. Welcome to you both. How are you?
Yeah, good man.
All good, bro. How you guys been?
Good, man. Good.
Ignore
Busy.
the fact that we're all wearing the same outfits, by the way.
Are we? No. We're not wearing the same outfit.
We thought we represent.
You're not wearing any outfit. You're not representing anybody.
Representing brown hoodies.
Musa Bais is sponsoring. He's sponsored by Arsenal, by the way. Look, he's got the new kit and everything. You know.
What's the got that on a free?
Yes, so today's video is going to be on selecting the best 11 so far. We've seen, I think, 11 games of the Premier League so far. So we're going to decide based on our what we've seen and how the Premier League has gone so far, who's the 11 that we think have been the best so far. And then towards the end, we're going to have a little bit of debate and pick the best 11, combined 11 that we have. So let's get started. Let's start firstly with goalkeepers. Musa, who's your goalkeeper that you're picking?
Vicario.
And why?
I think his speed and his confidence coming off his line has helped Spurs play much higher up the pitch and squeeze opponents. And his shot stopping abilities also plays a part in this, with Tottenham being a bit more willing to take risks now because they know their goalkeeper will back himself with one-on-ones.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Alex is the best goalkeeper in the league, but Vicario has been incredible. And let's be real, nobody expected him to be this good either.
No, so far considering. Okay, fair point. Cam, who for you?
Mine was a toss-up. And
I lost the last part. Sorry, is it between?
Mine was a toss up between Nick Pope and Alisson, but I'll go for Alisson.
And why?
No reason needed. Just the best goalkeeper in the league at the moment.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Let's move on. Right backs. Musa Bais, right back for you.
Trippier, because I think he's been one of the driving forces in Newcastle's revolutionary season. And they've obviously strengthened in other areas as well over the pitch. But Trippier, he's remained like an absolute brick within the team. And just because he doesn't have flashy goals or assists, he does give like 8 out of 10 performances all the time. So he's really consistent. And his set-piece deliveries, his supporting runs and defensive awareness has gone up another notch this season as well. So, and also you can add his immense leadership to the team, and he's a model captain.
Let's not forget he's getting pushed by Livramento, who I really rate. I think he's a brilliant right back as well. So, he's doing well. Every time he's come in, Livramento, he's done really well in the team. But the way Trippier is performing,
Eddie Howe as well.
Yeah, 100%. Cam, right back for you.
Same for me. Same reasons really. I think he's been the most consistent right back in the league. You can look at Kyle Walker as well. Or even Cash, but I think for me Trippier kind of stands out of the lot.
Okay.
Yourself?
Oh, I wasn't going to do it, but okay. If you put it, I'd go for Kyle Walker again.
Fair enough.
I know we've done this in the previous video where I went for Kyle Walker, but yeah, I think Kyle Walker. I get obviously with the Newcastle, but if you look in terms of some of the goals Newcastle conceded, they're not flowing as they should be. If you're expecting a Champions League club, they're there and abouts, but not fully there. But if you look at Kyle Walker for Man City, if you look at their back line, it's always changing. But there's no one thing that's not changing at the moment, and that's Kyle Walker.
Fair enough.
And that's due to his performances. So that's who it'd be for me. All right, that's fine. Left backs, Musa Bais.
This one I'm gonna have to go Udogie.
And why?
He's just been really good this season. I didn't even know who he was. And when I saw him starting against Arsenal, I was like, yeah, Saka's going to have a walk in the park. But that was not the case at all.
Especially after the booking, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Especially after the booking. And obviously, I've chosen already 3 Spurs players. So no bias.
Is it Arsenal fan, by the way? Is it Arsenal? All Arsenal fans watching is cursing you.
Yeah, man. I'm going to have to go Udogie. I really don't know who else has left back has been as good as him.
Okay,
Mm.
fair point. Cam?
Yeah, so I went for Udogie as well, but it was more like when I think about Spurs, I was thinking about who has been their standout performers, and then you think of everyone else, but then you don't realize how well they've been defensively. And I think Udogie is like almost like a Kyle Walker to that Spurs side. He's been so instrumental in that left flank, and even against Liverpool, the way he was just eating up challenges, he kept Salah quiet, a lot of it, but the goals and everything. But in general, he had a really good performance. So yeah, for me, throughout the season, Udogie and Spurs itself, they've had quite a good season.
Yeah, I think I agree. Udogie has been the best left back in the league, because pretty much if you look at the other teams, apart from maybe Aston Villa, everybody else has kind of been rotating the left backs. Like if you look at Man City, if you look at Arsenal, you look at Man United, obviously with the injury problems. Liverpool, Robertson getting injured.
Yeah, and Tsimikas definitely isn't.
but if you look at throughout the league, he has been one of the best ones. So yeah, definitely agree with that one. Let's go centre backs. So 2 centre backs. So let's change it around. Cameron, 2 centre backs first.
I've gone Saliba.
Okay.
And Van Dijk.
And why for both?
Saliba again. It's the calmness, the control he has in the Arsenal side. I think they're a much better team when he plays, and you need someone of his stature, because sometimes I think he can go under the radar, almost kind of like a Van Dijk, where he makes things look so effortless sometimes that you almost forget that he is the main man at the back, and you take him out of it, you lose that composure. For me, Saliba is probably showing that he's the best centre back in the league at the moment, alongside maybe like Van Dijk and Botman. So for me, between Botman and Van Dijk, I've just gone Van Dijk just because I think with the way that we've been performing, and I feel like as a Liverpool fan, I've seen Van Dijk playing at his best again. So I've just gone Van Dijk.
Okay, that's fine. Musa Bice, for you, your 2 centre backs?
Saliba and Van der Ven.
Mickey van der Ven. Listen, do you want to pick the Spurs team and
you're just choosing every Spurs player you can think
of. Go on, let's hear your reasons.
As for Saliba, like what Cameron Bice said, he's just another player that has raised his personal ceiling several inches higher than this season, and he's even got a valid argument for being one of the best defenders in the world right now. And it's not even up for debate as well. I'm not even being biased, but after coming back from a couple of loans as well, this guy literally transformed Arsenal's defense. He's been a rare combination of pace, physicality, intelligence, and expert tackling as well. So yeah, the list goes on for this guy. He's got all the ingredients that you need in a defender. Mickey, I'm gonna say, look, he's another one of Spurs' great business masterpieces this season. They're having a good season, and he's one of the reasons why they've been good. The guy's blessed with pace for days. Like he's immaculate with the ball at his feet, and is immensely agile, and he's able to cover ground so quickly. He's definitely one of Postecoglou's defensive specimen, I'd say.
Agreed. I've been in a complete miss on this one, because I've been thinking there's a couple of players that comes into mind, right? You can look at obviously the stats, and you can say Liverpool and Arsenal have had the best defensive record in terms of in the Premier League. We're both conceding 10 goals, right?
Yeah.
So that puts a case straight away for who the best defenders within those 2 teams, and you'll say Saliba and Van Dijk. And then obviously you have to look at other aspects. So if you look at, say, for instance, Tottenham's performance, like Musa Weiss mentioned about Van der Ven, he's been immense. I think he's bailed Tottenham out in a lot of occasions and areas, and that's why they can push up the line so high, because of his pace. Even against Arsenal, he was proven, and in other games where they pushed it up really high, but because of his speed, he was able to bail his team out, or even bail out Romero, who's let's just say, loose cannon. But I mean, another guy who was amazing but got injured was Botman, I thought. And one other one that came to mind is Ruben Diaz, who's been kind of gone under the radar for Man City because I think there's one constant alongside Kyle Walker, and that's Ruben Diaz. His leadership is very subtle. Obviously, it's not there to be seen. I'm gonna go a bit different to you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ruben Diaz and let's go Van de Ven. I'll go a bit different.
Looks like we've got 2 votes for Van.
For different reasons, but yeah, that's fine. So go next one.
Go on, Musa.
Next one would be let's go with 2 center mid. Are we playing 3 or what are we doing?
Well, my formation's a bit different. I'm going with 2 defensive mids, but I don't know. You guys might go.
Defensive mids.
Yeah.
Musa Bais?
I went with 3 center mids.
Okay, 3 center mids. Okay, so I'm gonna go with 3 as well. So
Go on.
let's go with the defensive mid. Cam, you can give 2 defensive mids when it comes to you. So go on.
Yeah. So I've just gone Rodri. I know he had a few games banned, but overall you can't dispute that centre mid in City. You know, that central position throughout the squad. He's integral to holding it down at the back, and he's really good going forward. You know, he does get goals, he does get assists, and he does make that pass before the assist a lot of the time that people don't seem to notice. So for me, Rodri. And another one for me, which I wasn't too sure about at the start of the season, but I think over the course of the season so far, he's kind of starting to prove himself, is Declan Rice. Again, it's like a silent killer. You know, sometimes I feel like it's kind of like a Rodri that it took people a season to kind of realize just what he does for the squad. I think you're starting to see that with Rice. You don't see him mentioned too much. Even though he went for big money, it's almost as if he's really under the radar. So I'm going for Rodri and Rice as my defensive mids.
Okay, that's fine. Musa Bais?
I went for Rice. And same reason as Cameron, but the guy's an absolute machine, bro. I have no problem with Partey being injured or being benched. But this time last season, it was a big problem. But now, whenever I hear like Partey's injured, I don't care because that's how confident I am in Rice. The guy's an absolute machine. He's attacking, he's defending. And one thing like I really like is like he's so energetic. It's the 90th minute and he's still running all the way back to clear the ball and then he's running forward again to help the attack. Bro, like it's the 90th minute. Are you not tired? With Martinelli gone, they're finished.
You look at his stature and you wouldn't think it. He doesn't look like he's got lungs the size of it. He looks strong. He looks like he can power midfield. But I think what takes you by surprise is almost how much energy he has, the ability to run almost a full 90, you know, cover those runs, make those challenges, but also just when attacking, he's always there. He's ready to move forward.
But I think the key difference he's made in terms of obviously if you look at in terms of Partey and Rice, right? That because of that athleticism, a lot of the transitional moments where teams were creating more opportunities against Arsenal last season, they're not getting that time. So as soon as teams have done that first initial pass to get away from the press, then gone to that second or third player, obviously he's got a time now to drive. But they don't have that time because of his athletic ability. He's able to go hand that player down straight away. So I think yeah. Well, for me it was I picked Rice as well. I know I picked obviously when you've done it, I think after about 5-6 games I wrote Rodri, but during that red card, I think that kind of takes him away from me because obviously that was a massive clanger from him and then he cost his team points during that time when he was missing. So for me, he gets out from there, and I think Rice goes into that number 6 position for me. Let's go. Obviously, you've given your 2, Cam. You're going to play, but Musa Bais, your 2 8s or 2 10s, whatever you would like to call.
So I picked Maddison and Szoboszlai, if I pronounce his name correctly.
Yeah.
So for the Maddison, is like I just find it astonishing that more teams did not even try to buy him in the summer. Like he's literally £40 million, and his move to Spurs just gets better every time he plays. And considering the plethora of transfers nowadays, you know, £70 million players. And this guy's 40 million. He's an absolute steal for Spurs. He's consistent. He's consistently towards the top when it comes to attacking assists. attacking stats, sorry, like top 30 for average ratings for anyone in the league. He's got 8 goal contributions in 11 games. So he's having the season of his life. And I'm happy he's injured. I can't lie. Because he is.
Are we all?
But he's definitely has to be signing of the season so far.
And Szoboszlai?
The Boslai, I'm gonna say, this guy, he, like you said in the group the other day about Jesus, where you said he's not a stats guy. He may not get the goals, he may not get the assists, but it's what he does on the pitch and how energetic he is and everything else he does. And after an abysmal plague in the last season for Liverpool, they literally had to perform an open heart surgery in their midfield, bruv. Like older, leggy players out, and you have to get them out and bring in young, attacking-minded, tenacious players. And Szoboszlai has been exactly what Liverpool needed. The guy has brought like tenacity and creativity that's been missing in Liverpool's midfield, becoming the perfect link between midfield and attack for them. So the thing, he's just gonna get better, man. This guy is too.
Yeah.
He's spooky, bro.
Yeah.
Agreed. Cam, you're.
I've gone Sobo as well, man.
Oh, you've gone Sobo.
Yeah, because obviously, like, start of the season, we just can't start to see him. But no, the more you watch him, I think it's exactly that. It's not just the engine he brings with him; it's the technicality. We've had players like the Henderson, who was just an engine, but then you've got someone who, like when we had Gini Wijnaldum, who was technically very good, but he didn't have what Szoboszlai had, that ambition to go forward. So he wasn't as creative. Gini almost only ever scored home goals, and again, it's not always about the goals and assists, but what Sobo does is he gives that environment, that engine, and we didn't expect to lose so many senior players, but it's almost as if we don't need them. I don't even think any of them, bar maybe Fabinho here and there, would have made it back into that squad, because with the addition of someone like Szoboszlai, that midfield just been transformed. It's actually probably one of the best midfields in the league now, if we can just get that unity now. Getting that a pure 6, I think, with a McAllister and a Szoboszlai, I think that midfield is transformed completely.
Do you know what I love about Szoboszlai is that he's tactically very adept and tactically very, very flexible in terms of Klopp at times goes there almost like a 4-2-4 or like even at times just leaving him on his own and he dictates it, whether he's doing a 6's role or an 8's role or a 10's role or a Mazzella, you want to name it, he fits it, because when Salah goes in, he goes out wide to create that space, and then obviously Trent comes in between to provide that. Then obviously when they switch it around, where they go 2 in the middle, because sometimes they play with Gapco or whoever else, or sometimes they go 2 up top with Jota and Nunes.
There's been times we've only had
so
Szoboszlai and McAllister, and it's been like a 2 defensive mid.
I really like his adaptability and tactical understanding and awareness. I think he's been brilliant. So one of mine is Szoboszlai. I think he's been brilliant so far. And the other one is Maddison.
Maddison as well. Yeah.
Listen,
it's not surprising.
Listen, Tottenham have been brilliant. So whether we like it or not, a lot of the players are going to be Tottenham players. And the one of the points I made earlier, like a lot of the other teams haven't got consistent players that are playing within those positions or areas. The other one I could give a shout out to maybe is from West Ham, Paqueta, who's been awesome for them. I mean, almost making me think, maybe Arsenal should have gone for him for that left-hand side number 8 after Xhaka left. But yeah, so those would be my 2. Cam, right wing.
Easy for me, Salah.
Why?
Everything. It's just almost every game you're guaranteed goals and assists. And it's not just the stats. He's just such a threat. And regardless of how many bodies you put around him, he's always doing something, creating something. He's just a menace. And he might not seem it. He might not be silky like a Hazard, or
Not anymore. But I think he's got a different role he plays. I think we mentioned in the previous.
But what I mean is his style of dribbling and the way aesthetically he might not look great, but he's very hard to dispossess. He's so strong, And regardless of what you do, most times he's getting a goal or assist. I think out of all the right wingers in the league, I think he's the most consistent. And I think he's literally just that level above everyone else. So
That's fine. Fair
for me,
point.
Salah.
Musa?
I'm gonna go with Musa Diaby. I think that he's one of the wingers that has justified his reputation in the Premier League. He's formed an incredible strike force with Ollie Watkins up top with Villa, which has made them one of the top scorers in the Premier League this season, actually. And we all knew how good Diaby was in the Bundesliga. We knew of his immense combination of speed and dribble, but to carry that from the Bundesliga to the Premier League is just mental, bruv. Like Werner couldn't do it, and Werner had a good team around him. Diaby's not got the strongest of teams around him, but he's still doing it. So yeah, man, he's so versatile. He's got himself 6 goal involvements, and he's very hardworking as well.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah.
And the thing is, if he doesn't score or assist, he's had a good performance. He's had a good game.
He's had a lot of pre-assists as well, especially for Villa. If you watch them, and a lot of the good things that they're doing and the chances that, say for instance, Ollie Watkins and the teams are creating is down to him. And he's able to take a lot of pressure away from everybody else because of his ability. My only question mark was when he was moving to the Premier League was, like you said, right? Can he fulfill that potential that he showed in Bayer Leverkusen in the Premier League? And the other thing was that can he, because he always had the end product, but can he deliver in the Premier League? And he has so far in abundance. I think I don't have the stats in front of me, so I wouldn't be able to. But he's been very.
I think we spoke about him before the season even started and said he's going to be one to watch.
Exactly.
So I mean, he is justifying that. He did come in with the expectation that he's going to be a winger which is threatening, and I think he's doing exactly that. When you come up against him, something's bound to happen.
Yeah. So I mean, it leaves me in a pickle, really. Who to pick, because
don't say Saka.
Huh? No, just see. Like Saka. No, he's putting up numbers, but if you look at consistent
performances, yeah,
it hasn't been there. But he's still getting goals and assists, right? If you look at last game, he wasn't great, but he still got an assist out of it.
Yeah.
But we're trying to discuss obviously the best 11 so far.
We'll do that. You say who you think.
Yeah, I don't. For those of you watching, guys, I didn't pick a team, so I'm just going
top of your head.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Musa Diaby because it's different. Right, let's go left wing. Let's start with Musa this time.
I wish you didn't ask me this, bro.
Huh?
I didn't pick one.
You playing with 2 strikers?
I say Matoma.
1 right winger, 2 strikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't know, bro. I need you guys' help for this. I actually don't know. I was gonna say I genuinely can't think of which left winger is outstanding this season.
I mean, what we could. I mean, what you. I mean, I'm gonna put someone in there. I know who he should be. Like from my perspective, or what we could do is also after that we have that debate is we can have Musa Diaby and Salah on both wings. It can work.
Maybe.
But the person I would say is Heung-min Son. I know he's playing up top. I know he is, but
yeah,
he is by trade a winger.
I would say because of technicalities up front, you have to change. You have to change that. He
did start the season out on the wing with Richarlison starting, but obviously because of how well he was doing, he went up top. But again, I mean, if we go into these technicalities of this stuff, then we can have Musa Diaby on the left as well. But yeah, Cam, who's it for you?
I agree with Musa that it's hard because I don't think there's been any outstanding left left wing.
Doku?
But yeah, I've gone Doku. I've gone Doku.
Because of the 4 assists, yeah?
It's just I think even if he's not getting the goals and assists, I think he's adapted quickly, almost like Diaby. he's so threatening. I think it's such a difference to having like the Grealishes or the Fodens or even like last year Mahrez, who were more ball to feet dribblers. You know, he's so good at running with the ball, but running in behind. And I think it's a good contrast to having their team because now you get two different types of wingers playing either side. So you never quite know what to expect. So I think City's overall performance, and especially down the left, have been a lot better. And I think he's just been probably one of the best left backs, left wing, sorry, in the league. But yeah.
Let me throw a wild one. Not wild, just let me throw someone out there. What do you guys make of Gordon? Because he's been performing really well for Newcastle. I personally believe on the left. Maybe doesn't have the numbers because I mean most of the chances they create are for their strikers.
For me, the reason I didn't pick him, even though I was tempted to, was more because I think he's only the last
Ex-Evertonian. Ex-Evertonian. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. That's why as well. But I think it was more so over the last few games. I'm including Champions League here, where he started to kind of turn up and push past that threshold where he is starting to perform. But I don't think he's been doing it all throughout the season consistently. So that's the only reason I've kind of left him out.
And striker. Should I ask? Do we ask who's your striker for you, Musa?
Haaland, 10 in 10.
Cam?
Watkins.
Huh?
Watkins.
Oh, you're going. Okay, go on. Why?
I don't know. I think maybe it's like Haaland there's no disputing he's probably the best striker and is the best striker in the league, but I think Watkins gives more overall to a team. I think we saw against like the Wolves game where Haaland was basically nullified, and we've had Haaland performances this season which have been really below par. Whereas Watkins, I think, even when he's not scoring, he's so involved in the attack. I think he's just been overall better. Even if the stats don't suggest so, I think he's just been a better player this season. So I've gone Watkins.
No, I mean, for me, Watkins does definitely have a good shout. He has been very good for Aston Villa, but I mean, 13 goals over Watkins.
Yeah, no, nothing beats Haaland. I was just thinking more.
Yeah, no, I completely understand with you. Obviously, for me, that kind of just takes. What about Wilson? Maybe then. What do you guys think of Wilson? Because I mean, he's keeping Isak out of the team because of his scoring powers.
How long will it last?
I mean, it's lasting. It's so far. So
yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It wasn't the funny one, but I think he has the potential, and I think he is obviously at a level where he's playing at a top 6 club. Even Newcastle now, who are a top 6 club, I think he deserves to be at that level. But I don't know if he's as good as Watkins and Haaland. So,
okay.
So
yeah, I mean, those are. I mean, for me, for my striker, it would be Haaland. So that's fine. So those are our team.
Okay.
What we'll do? Let's pick a combined 11 now.
Cool.
So let's go back to the beginning. Let's wind it back, and let's start with goalkeeper. So who are we going with goalkeepers? Musa.
I said Alisson, but I think I'll be outvoted in this.
Why?
Mario.
I didn't say.
Oh yeah, who are you going then? Who are you going?
I go with Alisson.
Oh, fair enough then, Alisson.
No, Vicario has been awesome, but I think Alisson. I mean, again this week against Brentford, and Mbeumo has a brilliant chance, and it's Alisson again who saves the day.
It's almost seamless now, isn't it? Like most times, you almost expect him to do it.
But then, I mean, that also has another point that in terms of like, say for instance, defenders, like why are Liverpool giving away so many chances? Because they're giving away so many clear-cut chances, then that begs the question of the defenders. But yeah, anyway, that's another conversation.
That's a tactical thing, isn't it? That's just one of those.
No, but I mean,
highline things.
It's a fair point, though, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. But again,
so all right, so we've gone with Alisson for goalkeepers, right backs.
I think we all agree that Trippier.
Oh, well, I'm out of it because I said Kyle Walker. That's fine. Left back.
But would you Would you be out in arms if it is Trippier? You wouldn't really, would you?
Not really, nah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, it's not a debate, then, is it?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight it. That's fine.
Yeah,
Left back. I think we all agree with Dogi, right?
yeah. I think we already agree. You don't.
Wait, okay, now this is the interesting one. Centre backs.
I think we all agree Saliba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all agree Saliba.
Okay, so Saliba. Okay, then the left centre back.
It's for me, obviously, it was Van Dijk, but I think you guys are more
I
Spurs
said
fans
Van der
today.
Van der Van. Who did you say? Sorry, Musa.
Same. He said the same.
Okay, so I think 2-1.
Yeah. Outvoted. Okay. Midfield. Are we playing with the three in midfield then? Yeah.
Number 6. I mean, you can have Declan Rice as one of the 8s. He's been playing as 8 as well. So,
I mean, if we go for a lone 6, I'll go Rice over Rodri as well.
Rice, baby.
Baby.
Right.
Boys.
And then I think number 8 on the right hand side. I think we were all gone for Szoboszlai. I think that's given. Is the left hand side. Obviously, Cam, you had 2 central.
Yeah, but I would agree with Maddison because I think he's the only other midfielder in.
No debate needed. Team's picking himself, guys. And right wing.
That's the only debate, I guess, because you both went Diaby, but I think Salah. I feel like Salah's undroppable.
Musa, anything? Do you agree? Disagree?
Diaby.
You're still sticking with Diaby?
Yeah, 100%, man. Salah is not doing anything that he shouldn't be doing. He's just being Salah, innit? Even Saka's done Salah, but I didn't pick Saka.
No, but Salah's performances have been top notch.
Has it been against Luton though?
Okay, forget that one game, innit?
Why? Hey!
Has the RB been great every game? No.
In the pocket.
Guess it's down to you.
Yeah, I'm torn. I want to pick Diaby, but also I see how good Salah has been.
If we're gonna talk about Haaland as if undroppable, I think Salah is that same mold.
Yeah, I know. I go with that. Agreed, because number of assists and goals is just ridiculous. So yeah, Salah. Sorry, Moose. Left
you guys
winger.
won the centre back debate together, so we can win the right winger debate.
Left winger.
Yeah. I mean, I went Doku, so.
You went Doku, I went for Son. So Musa, it's down to you, bro. All the power's on your hand. Son. Okay. He's a Spurs fan undercover.
Yeah.
And up front, I think we all gone Kubini, Haaland.
Yeah, again, if you can't drop Salah, you can't drop Haaland, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Yeah.
So I think Cam has made his argument for himself to kick out Watkins. So that's our combined exercise. We'll put our personal exercise also out there for those of you watching. Please do vote on which one you agree with. If you don't agree with our teams, do let us know what your team of the season so far is. And yeah, let us know your thoughts and views of what we decided. Thank you for watching. Thank you both for coming on. And I hope to see you soon.